Greetings and welcome back, everyone, to the 12th episode of Into the Nexus, Heroes of the Storm podcast. I am Garrett Weinzerl, and I am joined, as always, by Kyle Ferguson and Willie Dills Gregory. Welcome back, boys. So Kyle just recently moved to Seattle. He is up and running. He has much, much better internet than he used to have. And
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Is it good? Does it come through clear?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That is incredible.
You're a sexy looking. You've always been a sexy sounding man. Now you're a sexy looking man because you actually have internet that's past like AOL 56K that we can actually see your gorgeous face.
Whatever bootlegged internet I had in Chicago is gone now forever. And I've now joined the gracious hosts of podcasts who have a bed in the background. So everyone say hello to my bed.
Hi, Kyle's bed.
And my unpacked lighting at the moment.
Awesome.
Lovely.
You still have the sword though behind you, I can see. So that's good, right? Yeah.
You got to work that in somewhere. I mean, Frostborn will not be denied his airtime.
I really hope. Well, I mean, this is going to sound weird at first, but then it'll get better. I hope one day somebody breaks into your house and you actually get to wield the sword.
I hope.
Do you ever think about that? Are you like, it's sitting by my bed, and I will one day wield this, and I will protect my family?
Yeah, it really is a waste. Well, first of all, I'm exhausted. I started working out again. Wife was so kind to me. I was doing overtime my old job. Just freaking go. I've got like office flab on me now. So I can't even lift the thing. Arthas is running around with it in one damn hand. So I'm back on the weights. So
he's also like 4 times as big as everybody else. So yeah, that's
true.
Yeah,
that's true. Those arms are the size of people. But
yeah. Anyway, I actually don't hope you get broken into. I just want to put that, but I do want you to wield it at some point, and actually, smash some vengeance down on somebody.
Disclaimer: I don't wish terrible things on Kyle. I just really want him to be a badass.
Yeah, I hope so. Like Frostborn hungers. So what would be great? Like I get a pizza and I use Frostborn to cut the pizza, take a picture of Frostborn hungers. I'm done, right? Internet gold. But I don't want to disgrace Frostborn with anything but the blood of my victims.
Welcome to the front page of Reddit, Kyle. It's gonna happen.
Frostborn hungers. I'm sure no one else, after getting a replica of Frostborn, has done that. I'm sure it's never been done.
Here's what you do: you actually attach like one of those little pizza rollers onto the tip of Frostborn, and then you slice your pizza. Your DiGiorno.
How did I get out of my wedding without cutting the cake with Frostborn?
Because
missed opportunities. Dude.
Because you can't bring on like a shave my neck razor on a plane. You're not gonna bring a full like bastard sword on a plane. It's not gonna happen.
We had
check it. You just check it. It's fine.
Yeah, and you had cupcakes. Delicious.
It would have been
cupcakes.
Overkill.
Yeah.
You're just cutting a tiny cupcake with a huge Frostborn.
In the air. Then you have to put it in the air because it's got to be impressive somehow.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, Bills and I are fresh back from Utah from Nerdtacular 2014, and I feel like our days are just a little less bright.
The days are very bright over there. Yeah, it's mostly because you're at such a high elevation that you're closer to the sun.
Right.
But also it's because of all the nerds that we miss now.
And all the good just vibes going around everywhere, man.
Yeah.
It was like perpetually being on drugs. It was just in a haze of awesome feelings.
It's like if you took all the cool parts of BlizzCon, took away fresh new video game people, and they just put us all into like if you took all your favorite people that you hang out with at any con, and they just put them in the same giant resort hotel, and just said like hang out and do nerdy stuff all weekend. It's that, but times a million. I don't know. It's insane. I can't even describe. Anybody who has not been needs to come. Yeah.
This is my first time. I can't recommend it enough. I had someone ask me, I think yesterday, how does it compare to BlizzCon? I was like, well, hold on. You can't really compare it to. It's like comparing like your buddy's band practice to an Iron Maiden concert in terms of like attendance. But, oh man, I can't recommend it enough. It was a hell of an experience.
I can assume you'd feel pretty naked without an iPad there.
A little bit.
Where? At an Iron Maiden concert? Yeah.
I take them to all the Iron Maiden concerts, man. That's what I hold up for the.
I need to play some Hearthstone,
Yeah.
I mean, I just assumed the entire convention was like a Pokemon jungle walk where you're just trying to make it to the next room, but someone would and walk up to you. Have to throw down right then and there.
That is a remarkably accurate description.
Actually, yeah. I played a lot of games with a lot of people who were fans of the show, and it was really, really fun.
I can't wait to get to Monday's Angry Chicken because I'm sure it's nothing but emails of people saying that I don't have the right to host the show anymore because I lost. I lost to almost everybody I played.
Oh, but granted, they were all playing Miracle Rogue, right? So
yeah, they were. Everyone I played
they actually were. Yeah.
Miracle Rogue. That's not an over exaggeration.
We never got any Heroes games though.
Nope. Didn't have time,
I don't know if it would have worked out so well because the internet was a little. Well, actually, it was fine when you're like downstairs with the special internet. Yep. But I really wanted to play some Heroes. I was trying to get like a live game going with me, you, and Valkyrion, like just all around a table. It would have been really fun.
I wanted to play. I brought my laptop for that specific reason, but I haven't used. My laptop is like 5 years old, and I haven't tried playing Heroes on it until that weekend, and it is at the lowest possible settings, barely usable, let alone playable at a high level.
You guys didn't miss anything. Last weekend's Heroes experience was a lag fest.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Finally get in there, finally like, oh, yes, I'm moved, set up the computer that night. And nothing. Just.
That's so unfortunate. Well, we have you here now, and hopefully the lag has passed for you, Kyle. You are, half of the show that was once known as StarCast, so I have to ask you. Also, you are Zerg. Like, I'm pretty sure you were hatched from a spawning pool. How are you enjoying Zagara?
Oh, man. So, well, actually, my first reaction was kind of disappointment. Because
really?
I had this imaginary thing built up in my head. I mean, you were the same as me, Garrett. We were sitting there with 10,000 gold banked, ready to go. I buy her, she's 4,000. I'm like, what? Is she not as awesome as I thought she'd be? What's up with this price? And then I'm also putting pieces together from games like Dota, which is a much longer-winded game. And one of my favorite characters is, I probably say that, but this is my favorite character. But one of my favorite characters is Broodmother, a giant spider who sets up webs and moves faster in them and spawns little spiderlings. And those webs last forever. The spiderlings last a really long time. They're great for pushing in huge packs. You personally control them. So you get playing Zagara and you're spawning banelings, but they go in a straight line. Why can't I grab these banelings? Send down some roaches. Roaches, stop doing what you're doing. Hydralisk, why'd you attack that guy? He's dead. Why don't you stick around a little while? But the game is so much quicker. It's just a different beast.
Yeah.
Once I got used to those things, and the ults really kind of threw me off because they're not like slam-a-damma, win the game ults.
No, they're very much utility. It's like, I want that guy not in the fight for the next like 10 seconds, or I want to be able to go wherever the hell I want in like 3 seconds.
Right.
Well, but all of her regular abilities are so strong.
Yes.
So if you then piled on some insane ult on top of that, it would be so imbalanced.
She wouldn't feel very much like a specialist. She'd feel like a really good assassin because she can lay the hurt on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, a melee character runs up in your face and you just baneling right then and there, like, fight's half over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took me a while. All those abilities are so expensive. Like, I'm trying to do all these builds where, like, damn, I can't get enough mana to, like, hold on and keep casting, keep this momentum rolling. And then you realize about halfway through, a 4-hour gaming session, oh, well, why don't I just use the Nidus to go back and get mana whenever? Well, I'm done. I did it. I figured out Zagara. I love her.
So, yeah, like insta mana pool. Yeah, just recoup all your mana anytime you want and then zoom back into the fight. That's insane. Yep. I didn't even think of that.
It doesn't even take that long to get into the damn Nidus. If you have one off of cooldown, you're being chased down. I can't tell you how many times I've just popped one right up, jumped in it, and lived.
The cast time is about as much time as it takes to burrow with Abathur. And if you've caught an Abathur and he's burrowed away, you know how frustrating he is. Zagara can do it, and she can take the hits.
Yep. Yeah. Well, she can't take a lot of hits. She's still... If you catch an Zagara off creep, she's going to die if she doesn't have a Nidus.
Right, and you know that her speed on creep is the same speed bonus that Lily was getting. But whenever she gets hit, creep takes a bit more work,
Oh, so wait, so is it 15% now, or is it the original 20%?
The original 20%, that's right. Lily got nerfed.
Yeah, Lily got nerfed.
Yes.
So, holy crap. Okay.
Yeah, but you actually, have to do stuff to get this. You have to
plan
you don't have to
ahead
just
stand
time.
there and go, oh no, something's hitting me, I'm out. Yeah. You have to plan ahead.
Exactly, and you kind of get to set up your little base. And again, like, I'm coming from StarCraft, so I'm like, yeah, all right, creep. Ooh, I can put creep wherever. Like, I don't even have to put it on the edge of my creep. Isn't this awesome? What? People can still destroy this. What kind of game is this? Flip the table. I work hard for this creep, and it deletes itself after 3 minutes or whatever.
3 minutes is a lifetime in this game, though.
4 minutes. Yeah.
4 minutes. I'm honestly, I'm really happy with Zagara as a whole. Have you fought against the Zagara though? Because once you can't see the creep tumors, they die from AoE effects. You can't like target them.
Oh, sure, but I've been playing a lot of Tassadar this week, so it's pretty easy to judge the middle of it and just drop your storm in the area.
Right.
So
By the way,
easy.
Size Storm for Tassadar.
We called it on this show.
Gets things done.
Yeah, exactly. Much like the Angry Chicken, where we take credit for everything that happens after we say it.
That's right.
We're going to do the same on this show.
We're going to do the same here. Exactly.
It was honestly one of those mistakes that just it felt so wrong. It kind of like that. What was it? The Shaman card that had a druid spell name.
Rebirth. Yeah.
Rebirth.
Yeah,
no,
we're all just staring at it so blankly. You can't imagine they're not going to fix it. But
No.
maybe they had a new vision, like Tassadar expansion, Legacy of the Void, dropping prism powers everywhere.
I still want the pylon hero. I just want a hero that's just a pylon.
Yeah,
I think-
provides
I think-
power.
And you
So
require
walks around, buffs everybody in the vicinity, and yeah, that's it.
and you obviously require more of them
Yeah.
constantly. You require more pylons.
Actually, Zagara's gotten me really excited about this game in the long run as well because of the creep tumors. Like now we're in the Nexus, this sort of in-between game world. You know, we have pirates and we have like a Alice in Wonderland flower bouquet garden, and it's kind of a weird place. But when Zagara starts laying down her creep, it looks, like a Blizzard game, and it's really exciting in that way.
Yeah.
And if you just had, generic space station number 27 from StarCraft as the map, that Zerg, creep just wouldn't be as special. So it got me excited for all those other heroes down the road that could, kind of enhance their areas. Like what if you have a Necrolite or something who's spreading the blight?
Oh man, that'd be so sick from Warcraft 3. Yes.
Do you guys feel so? This is a little off topic, but do you guys feel like there's not enough Diablo heroes?
Oh, I think everyone's feeling that.
Yeah. I was like not really thinking about it, but I'm starting to see like them adding. They keep adding heroes. They're not adding more Diablo heroes, and I'm like, now they're quite outnumbered at this point. So, hopefully, we're gonna get some good Diablo heroes soon.
I would say that they're less obvious, but Lily is so out of the realm of something I thought we were going to get anytime soon. Same with Brightwing. Like Brightwing's just a fairy dragon. I assumed we would get like all of the like named heroes that everyone knows and cares about before we started dipping into the well of Chen Stormstout's weird, like vaguely human looking what's his niece or something, and then just a fairy dragon. Like not that I'm complaining, Brightwing's my favorite hero, but although Zagara, I don't know, Zagara, after really having some time to play Zagara and stew, Zagara might be the most fun I've ever had like playing any hero ever in any MOBA I've tried. I really just like her kit. She's so much fun.
It's a lot of fun, I agree. But I did, after playing Zagara for a long time, go play some games of Dota because I missed that long-winded sort of setup. And in a quick game like that, shooting out roaches that only last a few seconds, it can be a little disappointing. That's just me. I'm kind of still waiting for my perfect character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good point.
People are saying like, who could they get from Diablo? It's like, well, I mean, Malthael would be pretty sweet, right? Like, there's a lot of characters like, and then there's all your little buddies that hang out with you that you get to choose from. Like we could add any of those guys.
The Templar, John Daw.
Yeah, Templar. He's like, we've been friends for so long. Like to every, I love adventuring with you. Yeah,
glorious.
Malthael would be sweet. His ultimate is you have to die and then fight him while you're dead.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. Or what about Leah? Like when she gets all crazy with power and stuff, like that could be sweet.
Yeah,
pretty
you
sweet.
could have like just before she turns into female Diablo, Leah. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about Shen too, right? Covetous Shen, and of course Deckard Cain.
Deckard Cain.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
So
wouldn't mind seeing the Necromancer from Diablo 2 since I'll never get to play him in Diablo 3.
Sure.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun to find out in the land, though.
Yeah, it just made me think, you are so much cooler than the Witch Doctor. I'm sorry. I just want to play you and not the Witch Doctor.
What's the one dude? Asmodan. Asmodan could be cool, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we know he's coming, though.
That's true. We do know he's coming.
He was data mined. I'd love to see Imperius. That'd be great. Imperius is one of, I think, the strongest freaking character designs Blizzard has come up with in recent years.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, he's sweet, but I mean, I just want Belial with a nice avatar for him.
Sure.
I don't have to get that big. I was defeated once, maybe I'm a tiny version of that giant dude. That would just be a delight.
nice.
Belial is related to Asmodean, right? Aren't they like brothers or something? I'm not very big on the lore.
I think they're all brothers.
They're all brothers. Sure. I knew that.
Brothers from another mother,
Okay.
some sort of kinship. They're all primevals.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Jesse X WoW, Treasure Goblin. Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
And you can just open up portals. That'd be great.
You just drop sweet buffs for your team every time you get hit, and so as you're getting killed, your team is getting stronger around you.
Oh, that'd be so great. And he's a ranged attacker, but he just throws whatever he happens to grab out of his sack. So it's like sometimes it's a sword, sometimes it's just a
crap
coin
flying out from behind. Yeah, just gold hitting the ground.
Oh, that'd be so wonderful.
I gotta assume that the Diablo heroes are pretty hard to break down, though, because take a look at someone like Witch Doctor. I mean, in this game, what defines them in Diablo? You gotta have zombie dogs. This game, no zombie dogs for the Witch Doctor hero.
Very true.
You have the Humongoid, but spiders. These are all kind of abilities that zombie wall. Who the heck uses zombie wall in Diablo 3? It's useless, but it's great in this case. So maybe it's just a identifying thing. They just don't really. Whereas you take someone from World of Warcraft, you've seen them cast that one spell 50 times. Paladins have a bubble. How hard is that to break down?
Yeah. All good points. There's going to be some legs on the heroes rollout in this game.
Yeah. Predictions for number of heroes when the game comes out. What do you guys think? When the actual game hits, when you can walk into a Best Buy and pick up a box.
Well, I don't think you're going to be able to walk into a Best Buy and pick up a box.
It's got a little excited there.
How many heroes?
We're at 27 currently.
Yeah.
I feel like if I guess 40, I would lose on Price is Right because I would be going over.
Yeah. I'll say 41. No, I think I think somewhere around 50 is where they should at least land. But I would love to see the Dota numbers. Let's get 100 of them.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, that's going to come over time.
Yeah.
I think they could launch with 35 and be fine.
Really? Okay.
As long as they've got more in the pipe ready to come out pretty soon.
Yeah.
I don't think they could wait. If they launch with as little as 35, I don't think they could wait as long to start adding new heroes as they've waited to add new cards in, say, Hearthstone.
Yeah, forever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been super long, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but we're only getting 30 new cards. Whatever, this is a sore subject for me. I'm not going to get into it.
Right.
I'm waiting on them too, man.
Yeah. We all are, and it could come any day now. And every time there's a damn maintenance, we're just like, is Nax here? Is it here?
5 days.
Is it 5 days? Okay.
5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I play Arena again, or do I have to keep my gold?
I just found out I'm going to be.
You only need 700 gold a week after the first wing, so you're good. Right?
Yeah, it's per wing.
No, I know, but the first wing is free, and then the second wing will be 700. You don't have to buy them all at once, Then you got a whole another week to save up another 700.
Well, it's still cool that I can start it up without the 700 ready.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
That makes me feel good about my 0-3 loss today.
All
right.
Rough.
Well, maybe not good. Better.
Better, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get into the news for this week because Dustin Browder. What was that?
I said, news. We have news. I thought we were just gonna bullshit the whole time, but all right.
I have such a good time talking to you guys. I don't want to stop. Dustin Browder made a post on the official Heroes of the Storm site this past week talking about talent design, and he dropped a bomb that I wasn't aware of. I'm like, holy crap, this used to be in the game. He said that for a long time in the Heroes development, there was a shop that allowed you to buy items for your heroes. He said that this was effective but limited in what it could accomplish since all of the items in the shop had to work for every hero in the game. So, taking a page out of Dota here. Or any MOBA, really.
I'm trying to imagine. So, the League doesn't have the shops out on the in the map, right? You just go back, and that's where you shop. Am I correct on that?
I can't
Like, you know,
help you
Dota
there.
has
Can't.
shops. Okay, yeah, you guys don't know. Okay,
Don't
cool.
play Dota. We play the
I'm
original.
pretty sure that it doesn't, because the
correct
last time I
MOBA.
played, which was a long time ago, I'm pretty sure every time I wanted to get something, I had to recall. Right? In Dota, you got the secret shops, and then you got the shop back at home.
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out like where, if they had shops out there, where they would have been in these maps. I'm guessing that they were probably all back at the base. But yeah, I'm glad that they went away from this, because it sets the game apart in a really good way.
Interesting too that they said the items had to work for every single hero, so you couldn't have builds based around items for specific heroes.
Well, yeah, okay. So in Dota, there's items that just don't make any sense, but you can still buy them if you're terrible, right?
Right. Why the heck would you get chain lightning on a support?
Sure.
Exactly. But I mean, if you look at all of Blizzard's games outside of Heroes, they've been trying to do away with cookie cutter builds.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or do away with things that make it so that you're terrible.
Right. The
like
things
buying an item that's not right for you.
Putting things in the game where you can make a very, very wrong decision, things that you shouldn't be able to do.
Yeah.
Which
I think this system is just so much better.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. I mean, this isn't me saying that this is a better system than Dota. I just think it's more. I feel like it's more elegant on the face, and I think it works really well for this game.
Yeah.
I've been watching nothing but the international this week. I love me some Dota.
Sure.
But yeah, I really like it. And also just when I think of Blizzard games, I really think of like my character and like my build, and it's like something that's kind of tied to whatever archetype I decided to pick. And I like that exists, that's makes an appearance in this game.
Yeah. Now, that said, they do have things that work for everybody, though, right? Well, not everybody, but
right. But
like, they have these generic talents.
Exactly. That share across, like a lot of all the warriors can pick that extra HP thing at the beginning, and all support can grab that extra mana thing at level 1.
I think too, if you did the shops, you're watching a Dota game. It's about 45 minutes long. That's a short one. At minute 15, they go by that one piece of an item way down the road. Now the casters get to talk about, oh man, he totally got the quarterstaff. That's eventually going to be combined with these items over the next 10 minutes. Won't that be interesting to see how that goes? If you had items in this game, in a 25-minute game, you're like porting back to the shop every 2 minutes because it's ready to combo?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit with the faster pace for sure. Just being on the go and then just quickly grabbing your ultimates. That fits, quickly grabbing some talent to improve something, that fits, because you're always out there doing stuff in this game. You're never taking a break to go find a secret shop, go back and pick up some items. So yeah, it would be weird. You're right.
Yeah.
And the game is reaching a good point where it's not so cookie cutter either, that like if you have a build like on your other screen ready or written down on paper, it's not always good to use. There may be a situation that comes up, like just a Murky in the game that goes, well, I really love blank, but I got to get Mule.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
Yeah. I was talking about this on my stream last night. One of the people in the chat room was asking what my build for Arthas was and why I was picking it. And I said, well, a lot of times in pickup groups or, even if I have a couple buddies with me, if we don't have a healer, I almost always go for Army of the Dead because I need to heal myself. I need to stay alive in the big skirmishes. But if we're in a pre-made, I always go for Sindragosa because it's a killer initiator. It's really
plus
good.
you can kind of plan it out with everybody else on Skype.
Exactly.
Say, all right, I'm going to Sindragosa now, so get ready because they won't be able to move.
Yeah. Whereas Army of the Dead really has no strategic value. It's just it's very personal. It keeps you alive and causes some confusion around you.
Yeah. Sindragosa got good.
Yeah, no, Sindragosa is great. If I'm playing Arthas and we have a pre-made group, I almost always take it.
Like that freeze on buildings lasts forever.
Yep. Yes, it does. Anyway, Browder continued saying that they had to keep nerfing items so that it wouldn't break some heroes because anyone could use anything, which obviously other games, Dota, have had to combat this, but they've had a very long time to kind of tweak it.
Sure,
But,
they've even had items that heroes just straight up can't use. You can buy it, but you can't do anything with it. Blink Dagger on Pudge for the longest time, and then they finally said, the meta's reached a point where I think people can handle this.
I don't want to handle it. I hate blink dagger punches.
No, I mean, me neither, right?
They make me rage. Oh man.
I don't know what that is.
The dude with the hook. Imagine him porting between trees.
So Stitches can
teleport.
Blink. Got it.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Sucks.
Don't let that happen.
Absolutely sucks.
That doesn't make any sense, too, for the character, right?
No, it doesn't.
Big fat dude just is like, hey, what's up, man?
I've
Blink.
got this tiny little dagger
sense.
infused with magic that allows me to blink forward.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
I'm the first one to jump on a lore train and just ride it to town, but you buy leaves to eat trees later in the game. There's nothing that makes sense.
Yeah, that's very true.
Tango, man. Got to get your tango.
And yeah, why do leaves allow you to eat trees? Why don't you just eat the leaf? What the hell?
Is there magic tree leaves that give you the ability to... I don't know. I'm not a druid.
I have to combine this leaf with this tree, this big giant tree.
Well, you are eating the leaf, but it requires the soul of a tree to activate.
Oh,
So
got it. So
cut it down.
I have to like tap the leaf to the tree or something. I don't know. It's weird.
And visit the Brio Wizard.
Yeah. But anyway, kind of what I was just talking about with my personal builds for the Lich King, or really any hero that I'd like playing, is what Browder really dug into in this post about Muradin, which is apparently the hero he has been playing the most. And he breaks down every level and like every possible option for a talent and what scenario choosing the talent is good for, or how multiple talents over multiple levels synergize together. Which is something I think we talked about in the show multiple times, but obviously if you're a newcomer, this is a really good, I think, way. It's broken down really well. It's a good read.
Which leads to, why does Blizzard make really good games? Because these guys really like games a lot. Like when you talk to like Yang Wu or somebody who's playing a lot of Hearthstone, they love this game, and this guy clearly loves this game. He's like thought a lot about this character, and it's cool. It's cool to see these guys like just get so excited about playing the game that they're building.
It's always amazing that at the end of any development cycle that anybody who worked on the game still wants to play the damn thing.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah.
I remember my roommate in college had a buddy who was working on the second Knights of the Old Republic game. Mm-hmm. And everyone that he worked with in that studio started calling it Scrotor, because by the end of it, they all hated it. They wanted nothing to do with it. They never wanted to see it again. So there you go. Scrotor 2. Go enjoy it.
Revenge of the... Never mind.
The pictures coming out of there, it seems like they have a decent office culture. It's not quite like, oh, Susie from EA, let's get together, everyone, for a luncheon.
Yeah, no, this is like I'm sure they're screaming at each other across their cubicle from some play that just happened in a game they were playing.
By the way, I just quickly want to bring up something else that items make suck. Sorry, that didn't come out right. But
was that
understandable?
A sentence?
Yeah,
items. Yeah, something that sucks because of items is bag space. I can't stand it. I need to eat the rest of my trees and get rid of these leaves now because I got to buy some more stuff so I can make my stupid staff or whatever. It's annoying. It's annoying as crap. Get rid of it.
But when that super powered guy comes running at you with 6 swords in his inventory, I'm really happy he can't have a 7.
Sure, I guess that's true.
That's a really good point.
I guess that's true.
It's all an artifact of the fact that it was built in the Warcraft 3 engine, and that's how that game worked with heroes. So,
interesting note here in this picture they supplied on this article. It's a list of sort of the score screen they added in this last patch, and at level 7, almost every single hero picked battle momentum. Are they trying to tell us something?
You guys, you should really be picking this. Yeah, that is true. That's funny.
Basic attacks reduce ability cooldowns by 0.5 seconds. You guys. Maybe they're playing with infinite mana there or something, because I never get to use that.
Yeah, every time I take it, I the same thing. I just run out of mana faster, basically. You have to like space out your abilities. I used to take it all the time on Nova, and then I was like, well, by the time my cooldown for this stuff is back, I don't have mana to cast it anyway, so might as well get something that makes it stronger.
Kyle, do you think down the road when this game becomes more established and they're not constantly making sweeping changes that we're going to see the same kind of light conspiracy that we're seeing in StarCraft, where whenever they would tweak just one ability, we would just sit here and be like, Well, clearly they just really want people to just try that out because it's an ability that never gets any use. Like they would put it on the PTR, and then they wouldn't actually make the change live, but then you all of a sudden would see Banshees again. Like
they've kind of already done that a few times. Like Bile was never used before when
yeah,
played Stitches.
you know, good point. Yeah,
Now
it's already
useful.
happened. Yeah, it's a really good point. Okay.
Same team, and you know these philosophies are going across everything. You look at what is it, transmogrification going in different games. Just move it. It's good ideas. Pull them from the other department. Move it over.
Why not?
I can't complain.
I'm not against it at all. If it's a good idea, it's a good idea. I mean,
absolutely.
So, in lighter, less interesting news, but shiny, fancy new stuff news, we got 2 new skins this week. We got Spectre Illidan and Candy King Muradin.
Into the Nexus, where we cover the less interesting news.
I love the Spectre Illidan, man, but that Candy King Muradin is a bit on the silly side.
Yeah, but you know the skins should be kind of silly, really, right?
Yeah, yeah. I still like me a pajamather. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny. It's a worm wearing a bikini. It's funny. Or sorry, that's Stitches wearing the bikini. But you know what I mean. It's funny.
Whoa.
Funny stuff is good. But just put a big hat on some characters. Yeah, sorry. I've been working on the skin for Abathur. Sexy Abathur. It's gonna be amazing.
Anyone here play DOA beach volleyball? Anyone? That's what I was going for, but with this amorphous phallic worm.
Yeah. With a weird worm that can dig into the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, that has a giant anus in the back. That's
just completely ignoring the Muradin Candy King skin. I love that they're combining the genres. I mean, Illidan in a Spectre outfit, and then Zagara also in this video, done up as a sort of Diablo scorpion demon.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
And I really hope we have like completely casual characters like Uther turned into half scorpion, like his legs are a demon, and he has a little face on his crotch, and then his upper body is some other demon.
I want that, but I want that Dream but infested. You know, we have infested Tychus. I want everyone. I want like
oh yeah, let's get some infested. Yeah,
just
going. Yeah, more of that.
Just like slap that on everybody.
On dead dudes, just bring it.
Like chocolate on peanut butter, man. I don't care. Just
undead,
give it
infested, Terran, human.
Arthas. I want infested Arthas is basically what I'm saying. So
cowboy in space.
Make it happen. Make it happen. So for our strategy talk this week, Kyle, you really were adamant about putting a spotlight on Valla because
because I suck at Valla.
How?
I don't know. I tried the other day and I was like,
how do you suck at Valla?
I think I was drunk. I don't know.
You must have been, man.
I can see how that
you know how you win with Valla? You stay alive and things die.
Yeah,
if you're not dead, you're killing things.
I just felt, to me, it felt like I was just auto-attacking the whole time, and I'm sure that's what I was doing.
That's what you should do.
It just seemed so weird to me. I guess I'm just not good at it yet because I only played Valla maybe 3 times, but we'll just couldn't get the hang of it.
We'll play some games this weekend. And I'll give you some Valla pointers because she's a lot of fun, and she's horrifying now with the attack speed change.
She kills me all the time.
Yeah. She's, if you're around the Reddit or just talking with people who play this game a lot, Valla has been the topic of much discussion. Which way that discussion is leaning depends on whether you like playing her or not. But I died to Valla a lot this week, and I've killed a lot of people as Valla this week. So I'm getting into it. Basically, the attack speed change, everyone's got the same attack speed now. This makes Valla awesome because she can augment her attack speed. She can make it better with a level 1 ability. She has a level 1 ability called Rancor. Each hatred stack increases her attack speed by 2%. I forget what the cap is, and the talent calculator I have up doesn't tell me what the cap is. I think you can get up to 5 stacks, so 10% increased attack speed.
The other site.
What was that, Kyle?
I'm Googling another site.
Gotcha. I'm almost positive it's 5 stacks because I'm pretty sure you can only get 10% extra attack speed, but
because that would be pretty sick if you could get more than that.
Yeah, if you could get 20% increased, it'd be horrifying.
How many stacks of hatred can you get?
10.
10. Okay. So you can get 20%.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why it's awesome.
Got it.
In my head, I was like, that's too much. That's too awesome. So that's why she's because on paper that sounds insane.
Well, the thing is too, when you stack your hatred, the hatred's also doing something else for you. It's increasing your movement speed and your basic attack damage. So now let's also tack on some faster attacks.
Yeah, so
it's just double dipping.
You're
the
moving
buffs right
faster, you're hitting harder, and you're attacking more often.
Mm.
And then at level 4, I make the argument, and Kyle's going to make a different argument, that Manticore is like you just take it.
It seems like just murder a guy, right? I take this and I target somebody and they die.
Exactly. What it is at level 4, one of Valla's abilities is called Manticore, and every third basic attack against the same target deals 50% additional damage. So that plus Rancor equals just basic attack craziness.
I do worry with this talent if we're gonna get to a point in the future where like a Valla runs in the woods, fire twice on some ogre, and then runs out and goes, aha, now this shot, gentlemen, is extra damage.
Well,
Prepare.
No, because it has to be against the same target.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't work. You have to hit the same target.
That wouldn't
times.
work, yeah.
You can't.
But okay, so you can kind of go
Void Rays on a rock from StarCraft, Kyle.
This is the way I see Valla going is I could choose kind of a single target build or I could choose an AoE build. I see a lot of that because you've got your what is it? Multi-shot. What's the thing called? Is it multi-shot? I feel like it's multi-shot.
Are you thinking about her heroic ability?
No. It's the other thing.
You're talking about just
multi-shot.
Multi-shot.
Oh,
right.
Because each set here kind of has a choice between stuff that improves your basic attacks, which are single target, or increasing your multi-shot. So you can kind of decide whether you want to be like an AoE hero or a single target, just murder somebody, pick somebody, murder them. I think I'd generally go with the single target, though, because killing one person off can just swing the entire thing.
Right.
So.
At the moment, the Rancor is just so strong. It makes multi-shot builds really unattractive by comparison.
Yeah. Although the multi-shot builds do eventually add stuff like slows and things like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not
could
bad.
be good in some situations.
But Kyle says nay. Hungering Arrow is where it's at.
I do say nay. But actually, while we're kind of on the subject, it's actually a good practice. If you're just getting going in this game, find a hero that you like with one ability you really like, and you can usually pick that and augment that ability to shit and make it awesome. And you basically got a good build there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, most of the time, in most games, that's kind of true. It's just pick something and make that one thing really good. And trying to do everything generally doesn't work very well.
I like my minions as Zagara, so I go for 3 roaches. I go for more damage on my Hunter Killer. I go for my second charge of Hunter Killer.
Mm-hmm. Sure, but you're still themed, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like this creep creating machine. I love it. I'm laying creep and I'm spawning creeps. Yeah.
It's like my Gazlo build. My Gazlo build is very, very oriented towards getting merc camps. I pretty much just stick with that, which probably means that's probably why I think that Gazlo sucks at team fights, because I'm just building him just to do that one thing really good.
Pretty sure he'd be kind of good at it anyway, just because turrets.
Yeah. He's already pretty good, but I'm really good at it. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. So let's tell me about your Hungering Arrow build, Kyle.
Yeah, so this build, which actually comes from my wife, who plays this character a lot, is a Hungering Arrow. Was it Vault build? So your Hungering Arrow is this little arrow you shoot at, and it does 2 bounces on the target. If they're by themselves, they get bounced on twice in a row, doing double damage. If they're in a group, it hits them and then bounces to the nearby guy. So you augment that with Puncturing Arrow, which gives increased 25% range and bounces 3 times. So you're just trying to hit people by themselves. And then you take Repeating Arrow. Whenever you volt, it refreshes the cooldown of your Hungering Arrow. And later on, you can volt twice in a row. So you fire this thing, boom, volt after them. Fire it again, volt after again, fire. They're basically dead.
So you get 3 Hungering Arrows to bounce 3 times on the same target.
And
while they're trying to escape.
Right, and you're going to be, holding on to this until 16. So this is one of those sort of special situations where if everything finally worked out, you made it to 16, you're doing well, and now you're just destroying. There's also lifesteal builds with her, though, where you can do the Siphoning Arrow, where you get health whenever you hit, and then you take level 4 basic attack speed, or basic attacks heal. And then from there, you increase your own damage and you just kind of go all damage because you now do basic attack healing. So if you're having trouble Dills like staying alive with this character, that can be a very good way of just throwing yourself in fights and remaining focused rather than running away.
Okay.
It's a lot like Arthas.
I may have been playing Demon Hunter a little too close to Nova, which might have been my problem too. You know, I played so much Nova where you just kind of stay out of the fray, but you got to get a little closer with Demon Hunter.
Well, and if you jump out as Nova, like that's an instant presence, and everyone is like, "Oh crap, Nova!" And they're either gonna completely avoid you, or because if you're just beating them up, they're going away. Like they're not gonna stick around because if somehow they turn that tide, you're gonna walk into a bush somewhere and disappear.
Yeah.
Whereas with Valla, like she's in your face, she jumps out, she strays, fires a bunch of arrows and just all over, and then what? She's just kind of left sitting there. So usually people dive after her a little more.
Okay. Now, okay. Do you you said your wife plays a lot of Valla? Does she ever take Rain of Vengeance? Because apparently nobody ever takes that.
No. The problem with Rain of Vengeance is you do this slam. It's really sweet looking, like you summon this demon version of yourself, slams the ground in a line, does this 2 waves. Once 100 damage, then a brief half-second pause, and then slams down again. The problem is in that brief half-second pause, people just walk out of it. Okay. So they take the first stun usually, but then the next one they just avoid. And when you augment it, you get more slams, which means your what was 2 slams now slams 4 times, and people avoid the other 3 anyway.
Sure.
Yeah.
That sounds like that's a broken ulti because it needs to be. You need to be able to get the full impact of it, or else it sucks. All right.
I honestly think they could fix the talent just by making it deals additional damage against buildings.
Okay.
Because that is it is a straight line. Like you kind of hug up against one of the walls and line that thing right across so it's hitting the wall and the 2 towers. Like you can really take that thing down fast.
That's
but
cool.
The stun's kind of useless. So
which of those 2 towers is Saruman in? Because he's not going to be happy.
Well, he'd be the first one, right? Or no, the second one. Wait, Sauron. Right. So Saruman's in the first one.
Yeah, totally.
Isengard.
We did not come back from a thing called Nerdtacular.
In which one of the questions at Frog Pants All Stars was, can you name all of the members of the Fellowship of the Ring?
That's
and
right. Yeah.
One of the guys on the team just said, I can do all of them, and dropped
I can do
the
all
mic.
of them. Yeah, and got it right.
Got it right, dropped the mic,
Nerds.
walked away, and he put a ring on his finger. We never saw him again. It was weird.
He disappeared.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. He probably lives in a cave somewhere. Calls everything is precious. The funny thing about Nerdtacular, I'm just gonna point this out real quick. Nobody calls anyone a nerd who knows all the names of the Fellowship people.
Nope.
But when you get something slightly wrong, suddenly the nerds get so angry. Did you see the what was it? The Godzilla didn't destroy Vegas. Godzilla destroyed San Francisco. That was the other monster.
That was the Muto. Yes.
Yeah. It was.
I was that guy in the audience going, "Excuse me, Godzilla never even went to Las Vegas in that movie. What are you people doing? What is this? I thought this was Nerdtacular. Damn it! I expect anything that is vaguely nerd related to be 100% accurate.
It must be accurate."
Oh man. Anyways, go to Nerdtacular, people.
Go to Nerdtacular.
Next July, go. So, any parting thoughts on Valla other than the fact that she's really strong right now? I would not be surprised to see her slightly tweaked in a nerf variation.
Sure, I think mostly that's going to be to Rain of Vengeance and possibly giving her a different role. But she is, an assassin. Like she's supposed to run and do a whole bunch of damage. Strafe is great. Like even your level 20 augment is increased range and damage. So there's no reason not to take it. A lot of people do choose to take Fury of the Storm, so you have the bouncing twice attack. Sure, why not? If you're doing basic attack damage and you're doing this lifesteal build, yes, avoiding the level 20 augment of Strafe is pretty good, trigger happy. But otherwise, double that up.
Yeah.
I will come back and give Valla another shot.
Yeah.
Because I know from personal experience that Valla kills the crap out of people. And I want to be the one killing the crap out of people. So
awesome.
Let's go.
Well, on the topic, I mean, that attack change, it was interesting because there's also the ability Berserk, which increases attack speed for various heroes. It's just one of those passives. It's available to Zeratul and 2 others. and it increases your attack speed by 40%. So that one talent at level 16 just got a huge buff.
Huh. Okay, this is a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
That is, yeah. All right, Valla, here we come. Iron out this weekend.
We're gonna do it, Dills. We're gonna do it. We're gonna stream it, so check it out, people.
Okay, sounds good.
Shall we take some emails?
Let's do it.
Taking the emails.
Take
you
them
can
emails.
take the, or you can't take the emails. You can send them to itncast@gmail.com, or you can tweet at us at itncast, and that's where our first message to us comes today from at J Koviak. And he said, objectives, ignore them or pursue them. Every game, someone says to do something different. I played 6 hours nonstop and never won a single game. Is this typical?
No.
So Mr. J. Koviak, clearly, I'm assuming from his tweets, of which there are multiples, that he's just recently gotten to the alpha. No, that is not typical. That is terrible. He's obviously playing in pickup games with random 4 other people. And I have to say, I haven't played a pickup game in a while, so I made sure to play at least 2 today before the show, so I could come to this with some recent knowledge. They're bad. They're really bad.
Every time I do one, I don't want to do it again. It just discourages me from the next.
To share the pain with Mr. Koviak here, in my first pickup game, I had we missed the first 2 tributes on Cursed Hollow. After we missed the second tribute, we had a Rainer declare that the game was over, don't even try anymore. The Muradin just started hanging out in the fountain. The Arthas left the game, so we had an AI, and there was one other dude besides me, I don't even remember, that was just, actually still trying to play, but because one dude declared it over, the other dude started AFKing, the other guy left, we were just screwed.
This is the experience. I had a game we were winning, and basically the entire team decided that since we were winning, we could all just start pushing lanes by ourselves one at a time. It was really bizarre. We were totally playing really good and totally destroying the other team, and then all of a sudden everyone just stopped doing the objectives and was like, hey, we're 2 levels ahead. I could probably just kill this lane by myself. And then we proceeded to lose really badly. And I was done. It's like, no more of that. I'll wait till Garrett texts me in my next game.
Those seem like extreme situations to me. I mean, I play a lot of the single queue. So maybe my MMR, the hidden secret number that dictates who you get matched with, is different for going separately. Because I find a lot of people who really know what they're doing and, are very responsive to pings. Without direction, someone needs to just kind of gesture in the beginning and be like, okay, hello, everybody. Welcome, team. That kind of sets you up. People are looking at you, and then you start pinging to direct them. A lot of people just need some direction in there.
Maybe you're doing that, and we're not. That could be it, too.
Well, I'm
definitely not doing that.
My game today was pinging the hell out of the map, and nobody was reacting, but...
that sucks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Here's the thing, Jake Koviak. Go find some friends who are playing this game, or make some.
I mean, any game like this is better with friends.
Yeah.
It's just not really an unfortunate truth. It's a good thing. It's fun to play with friends. But yeah, Kyle made some really good points. Chat room's making some good points that more people, week after week are getting in. So there's been more and more influx of new players. I feel like there's a good chance that people who have been in since the beginning who maybe know the game better are playing less.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
It's not like we're getting new battlegrounds added. We've had one new hero recently. So not a whole, unless you really are enjoying it like we are, there's not a ton of incentive to come back and try it out because it's not like you're going to be able to keep your gold or keep the heroes you've unlocked.
Yeah. So in Hearthstone, when the new waves come, you lick your chops, right? Because, oh man, easy. People who think Goldshower Footman is good. Nice, this will be awesome.
Hey.
Maybe it's taunt.
You'd be nice. You'd be nice to that guy. He's all over Twitter.
He's got taunt. He must be good. Yeah.
My all taunt deck is ready.
But in this game, while you might lick your chops because the other team has a higher chance of sucking, you also have to play with 4 other people. It's not like Hearthstone where if you've gotten good at it, you go out there and pwn noobs. Yeah.
And there's kind of this big thing going on right now called the International. It may be taking some people away from this game. MOBA fans kind of get excited about this.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of it. Go Team Liquid! Go!
They are going,
They
aren't
have
they?
been
Are they doing
kicking
really well?
ass. Oh, it's been just beautiful. I've been sweating to death in my Team Liquid hoodie as I cheer them on in Florida.
Every game I've watched so far, they've not only won, but they've basically destroyed the other team.
Yeah, I forget who they were.
I saw the MVP game, and I think at one point the casters were just like, I don't even know why they're still playing.
Was that the
at
game
this
today?
point,
I saw one game with them today. I don't even remember who they were playing, but it was 27-6.
Wow,
Like,
that's bad.
what the hell? It was amazing. Anyway, you want?
It also really highlights why this game needs the draft feature. If nothing else, because we like it, but also it's just a wonderful conversation topic. It's my favorite part of listening to the casters.
Oh, I love the pregame, man. When they're sitting there just rattling off all of the meta that I do not understand because I do not play enough Dota.
Which just continues into the beginning of the game. If it was slow, it just carries it so well. And so, the StarCraft situation where it's like minerals, gas.
Yeah. Whereas at the beginning of Dota, you've got over 100 different things to choose from. It's very interesting. Dills, you want to take the next email?
This is a long ass email. What is going on here? Do I have to read this whole thing? Holy crap.
You can tag me in.
No, I'll go for it. All right, here we go. Hey, ITN crew. This is this from Wing? From Wing. Says, I play Hearthstone quite regularly, but I've had a lot of assignments due for uni that's university, over the past week, so I decided to only log in each day to clear my dailies and save the gold for the impending Nax release that we're all so eagerly awaiting, leaving me a lot more time to do the responsible thing and attend my studies. So you can imagine how I felt having made this decision when I opened up Battle.net and see that Blizzard had kindly offered me an invite to Heroes of the Storm Alpha, extending invitations to international players for the first time. This guy's from Australia, which is why he calls university uni. Using all of my willpower, I managed to avoid dropping everything and jumping right in to explore the game. I'm an avid listener of The Angry Chicken, thank you. And I work at night, so I stuck to my guns and loaded up most of the back catalog of Into the Nexus and spent the week studying by day and torturing myself by listening to you guys at night while I work. I'm pretty proud that I lasted the whole week without playing the game. And finally today, I managed to submit my last assignment. Having a good chunk of time ahead of me before I need to leave for work, with the sounds of a thunderstorm brewing outside my window, I could think of no better way to spend my afternoon but immersed in this game that I've been waiting all week to play. I even told my girlfriend to suck it. No, sorry. I even told my girlfriend that I wasn't feeling well and wasn't feeling up to going to see her. Okay, kind of the same thing.
That's kind of terrible if you're not feeling well, by the way, Wing. I don't mean to judge you.
Sorry that you're not feeling well, and sorry that we just busted you. Just as I'm about to load up the game, the power to my house, and in fact my whole suburb, is cut. No! Shyamalan! You just Shyamalan'd us. Twist ending. Caused by the thunderstorm outside. The power has come back on now. Just in time for me to send you this email ahead to work. Oh well, I've waited this long. One more night will be easy. Thanks and keep up the good work. Wow. Damn.
I included this for two reasons. One, I really liked the story, and two, to illustrate that if anyone else sends an email this long, it's not getting on the show.
No, because it's not going to be this good. And rip Wing, dude. I'm sorry, buddy. That sucks.
Yeah, that is awful. Although that's what you get for lying to your girlfriend.
That was like instant girlfriend karma, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure she was excited to be able to hang out with you, right? You did go hang out with her, right?
No, because then she knows you're not sick.
Yeah.
Then you're really
you show up, you're like, I'm all better.
Then you're not just busted if she listens to the podcast that you wrote into admitting that you told her you were sick because you could play a video game.
I hope he doesn't listen to this in the car with her, and just in the headphones, buddy.
But when he gets over there, she's soaping wet from being out in the rain, and she has big old cutters with her, and she cut the power.
Oh, now it's super Shyamalan. Now, now you see dead people kind of stuff. Okay.
But they were in the 18th century all along.
Here's the twist. It's the fog that kills you. What? No. Okay, sorry. Shyamalan is too strong.
I will never forgive him for what he did to Avatar. Our final email today comes to us from what I assume is a clever spelling of sniper. Hey ITN crew, all the way. Hey ITN crew, all the way from Australia. 2 Australian emails this week, and there were even more. I wasn't trying to put in a bunch of Australia emails. Apparently, you Australians are jazzed to be into the Heroes Alpha now, and we couldn't.
We're
be
big in
happier for
Australia. Yeah, I don't know why.
Are we? Are people generally short in Australia? If I go to Australia, will I be physically big?
Yeah, absolutely. People will ask for your autograph. A lot of Frog Pants stuff is big in Australia for whatever reason.
They love podcasts. I don't know what it is, but
they're just, you know.
One of my favorite raid members from my old raid team, Australian denizen. He's also the best damn Magic player I know.
You know, I bet it is. They get video games so rarely, and they cost so damn much. When they finally get one, they're like, "What shows can I listen to increase the life of this thing?"
There you go.
That's a good point.
A lot of long drives across the outback too, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
right.
With that one mountain we all know. It's just everywhere. It's a huge continent, but there's always that one mountain in the distance.
I assume everybody lives on, weird compounds out in the middle of the outback, like Crocodile Dundee. That's what I assume. Yeah. So when they need to go to the bar, it's gotta drive all the way across this outback. Yeah.
I don't believe so.
Works.
Anyway,
you don't think that's how it works?
Yeah, and hunts giant eagles and gets saved by mice. That's
totally
how it goes down.
Kyle gets it.
And all Americans look, talk, and run like Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Pretty true.
I would have gone with obesity, but if we've all
I know. I was like, we're fat and we like apple pie. Correct.
Instead, we're just got stubby legs but great abs.
We're never gonna get to read this email. Cleverly spelt sniper wrote, "I only just got into the alpha yesterday. I wanted to ask what advice you have for a new player who has no friends playing in the alpha and is solo queuing. Seems a bit hard to get some players to focus on objectives. Or is there any heroes you would suggest that are good for starting? Longtime fan of all of your shows. And
up the San Francisco Giants stills. Yes.
Up the San Francisco. Is that a sentence?
That's another Australian thing where, like, if you like a team, your footy team,
you up them.
Perhaps you say up the whatever. Yeah.
That's okay.
Up the San Francisco Giants.
I learn something new every day.
Them Aussies, they got good slang over there.
Whereas if you came to America. Yeah, if you came over to America and you're like, up yours, it means something else.
But
no, he's a big fan of yours, clearly.
But do not just jump into the water with a GoPro attached to your chest. You will be almost eaten by a great white.
That's the thing, huh?
If you haven't seen that video, go YouTube it right now. It's terrifying.
I will not do that.
Anywho, this kind of ties in with Jay Koviak's tweet. So I think you can take, what we were talking about from solo queuing there, try and take the lead. There's nothing to hurt, try and ping, but don't spam ping, which is kind of what I do, but it's a StarCraft habit. You just click a lot because APM.
And your ping doesn't have to be like a, guys, get over here right now, emergency. It can just be simply saying, hi, I'm Gazlo. I'm going to this camp.
Yeah.
I'm going to this camp now, and keeping people informed.
I like playing Gazlo in solo queue because I can really swing things without having to be around other people, Yeah,
exactly.
There's certain heroes that work well like that.
That's why I like Zagara.
That's something he's asking for too. Like, what can I kind of say to my team when I get in there? Like, picking one of those heroes, like a Gazlo, you instantly have a role, and people are going to give you that role. A Witch Doctor shows up, whatever, he's pushing now because you're Gazlo. You're both kind of good at mercs, but forget it. Someone like Tyrael, it's just all around good, slam a damn good time. Like, for some reason this past week, he got awesome, and people are wailing with him.
Yeah, dude, I went up against some Tyraels the last couple of nights that have just horrified me. But yeah, I mean, as far as starter heroes, I think Valla, who we covered today, is really good if you just want to kill people. She's a wonderful damage dealing character, pretty simple to learn. Rainer's another really good beginner damage dealer. If you want to heal, we make a lot of fun of her on this show, but she's a wonderful entry level hero. Try Lily.
Sure. Yeah, if you just want to piss everybody off, be Lily. Your team will be incredibly happy.
We rip on her, but she really does give you the chance. It frees you up to just kind of learn movement and map awareness. Because you don't need to worry so much about landing your abilities.
But there are some heroes I would just not suggest at all if you're just starting out, like Diablo. He's a huge tank. Yeah. But that's all you're going to get done with him, is being a huge body in the fight.
Yep.
Or Stitches, too, because when you fail at the game, everyone knows it.
Yeah.
When you miss that hook, it's just...
Yeah, it's really obvious. Nobody notices when I miss my snipe when I'm playing Nova. Nobody notices at all. When you miss that hook, everyone knows, and then they make fun of you, and it's sad.
Same thing with
also,
Illidan.
There you go. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, some of the melee heroes that are a little bit papery, be careful with them too, because not dying is a skill that you learn over time in MOBAs.
It's basically like you see that guy, he's awesome on the skateboard, like jumps as the grind down the entire staircase, and you just leap on and break your nuts. You look ridiculous when you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Also, Abathur. Avoid Abathur because Abathur is weird and you won't know what to do.
Yeah.
You'll be totally confused.
So basically, Valla, Raynor, Lily,
Gazlo.
Gazlo is, I think, a little...
No, Gazlo's not... You don't have to do much to learn Gazlo. It's all the stuff is straightforward.
Yeah, but and make friends with practice mode. I always tried out heroes against the AI before I jumped into a real game when I first got into the alpha. I played a lot of AI games trying out the different heroes. So just have fun with it, man. Good luck and welcome to the alpha. It's a fun game.
Absolutely. So. And up the San Francisco Giants.
Oh yes.
Even though right now they're going down, but whatever.
That's unfortunate. I haven't been keeping up. How are the Yankees doing?
I don't know.
You have no idea? Okay.
I don't keep up with the American League, period, basically.
Gotcha.
That's not real baseball. Sorry, everybody who's out there who's a fan of American League.
We're talking about sports.
A lot of people. Yeah.
Should we throw in some sort of soccer reference just so we join the rest of the internet?
Please, no.
You need football?
I'm so sick of soccer talk. It's like Nickelback. I hate it, but I can't escape it because it's everywhere.
So sometimes there are situations that arise where a joke is so obvious that you think of it, then somebody laughs at it, then you go to the internet and it's all over the internet already anyway.
Yes.
Germany versus Argentina. The obvious joke is obvious, right? But I said it to my boss. I was like, hey, if Germany loses, they're going to go have to hide in Argentina. He's like, oh, my God, that's hilarious. Puts it on the internet, and I go to Reddit. It's like, that's all everyone's saying. It's too obvious. Too obvious. Yeah, exactly.
It's great. Anyways, that brings us to the end of tonight's show. If you haven't left us an iTunes review, please do so. It helps the show out a lot. I don't believe we had any new ones this week, so get to reviewing. Really thank you guys for doing that. As always, Into the Nexus is a production of amove.tv. Bookmark that site. Check out all of the other shows we do, like The Angry Chicken, like Amove Radio. Check that out. Our email, once again, is itncast@gmail.com. Check out the forum at forum.amove.tv. Join us live on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on twitch.tv/amovetv. We will not be having a show next week because I'm leaving town for a week, so we're going to miss shows for 2 weeks. We're going to attempt to bank a mailbag episode. I'm not sure when we'll do this, but I'm going to try, even if it's only one or two of us. So send your emails, itncast@gmail.com, because I want something up on the stream while I'm out of town. I don't want to go 2 weeks without a show. So, again, itncast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at itncast. Follow me at Garrett R. Dills is at Willie Dills, and Kyle is at Kyle Ferguson. And check out Brian Griffith, the musician responsible for our intro music. His website is briangriffithmusic.com, and you can find my personal graphic design portfolio over at nomoonart.com. Dills, when you're not talking about this specific Blizzard game, where can people find you probably talking about every other Blizzard game?
Well, tomorrow morning I'll be on the instance as I am every Friday morning. That's the World of Warcraft podcast, so you don't have to. You can also find me talking about the Giants on the Torture Cast. Of course, the Angry Chicken with Garrett and Jocelyn and the Mediocre Golf Association. We have a couple new videos that are getting set to drop pretty soon. One of them featuring me and my co-founder, John Morley, and an incident that happened during a round of golf where a man called us pussies. It was pretty awesome. So that happened on a golf course. Yeah.
Wow.
So check that out, mgatour.com. And then, of course, now I'm writing articles for Hearthhead. So if you want to read about my latest deck, which is probably someone else's deck, and I'm just going to explain it to you, then you can go check it out on hearthhead.com.
If you wanna.
Yeah. I like to explain other men's decks.
You're a terrible salesperson.
Last week I did talk about a deck that was pretty fun, which is the Vix Pally deck. But this next week, I was going to talk about that Kalento deck that you were talking about earlier, Garrett. But I think I'm just going to talk about Zoo again because it's crushing right now. It might be back.
No, so I'm talking about the Kalento deck because I've been playing the crap out of it.
All right, I'll talk about the Kalento deck.
I vote for the Kalento deck, damn it.
It's actually more interesting, honestly, because Zoo is basically, what do you tell people? You say, yeah, How much mana do you have?
We've
Play stuff
talked,
that costs that much.
I feel like we've talked enough about Zulok too.
Yeah,
so.
right.
Unless some like they add something crazy like a Demolisher, like Jocelyn's Epiphany.
The Moffat Demolisher.
Yeah,
this is the super bit. There's 2 of everything, all that crap, but it works really, really well. So.
Yep. When nothing's over 3 mana, it's hard to have a bad hand.
Mm-hmm. And how?
Kyle, where can people find you, dude, when you're not doing this show?
You can also find me on A Move Radio. That records Mondays at what time is it now?
8 p.m.
5 p.m. for me.
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. for you.
Ah, yeah. Sunlight in my windows. Until, winter when it becomes like Alaska.
Yes. And I will laugh at you while I'm sitting here sipping on a pina colada, working on my tan, which I never do. Anyways, check out our sponsors, doghousesystems.com. The code to use is ITN. It'll get you double memory on your next Doghouse Systems gaming rig. And if you use the code Nerdtacular, which can be combined with ITN for the whole month of July, it's free shipping. So combine those codes, get yourself a sick-ass gaming rig, and support Into the Nexus in the process. We're also sponsored by tweakedaudio.com. The code to use is ITN, same as Doghouse Systems, and it'll get you 30% off and free shipping on your entire order of noise-reducing earbuds from tweakedaudio.com. We thank them for their support. We thank you all for listening, and we will see you guys, well, I'm not sure when because I'm going out of town, but we'll see you soon for the next episode of Into the Nexus. Have a good night, everyone.
Take care.